All right, Gold Member. Don't play the laughing boy. There are only two things I can't stand in this world. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch.
The Dutch again! The Dutch again! The Dutch again! 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 The Dutch again! The Dutch again! The Dutch! The Dutch! The Dutch! Again! Fucking Dutch!
Who am I supposed to trust when everyone sees me as a means to their ends? Where am I supposed to go when I don't exist? How do I know where I belong when I don't even know who I am? I have no real name. I'm just a number to them, a weapon, a pawn in a war I don't want to be involved in. Division M and the Prime Syndicate are two sides of the same coin. They exist because of each other. I exist because of them. I was supposed to be a solution, a way towards peace. But I'm just another problem, a liability, a mistake. I have more enemies than I can count. What am I supposed to do? I can't do this alone. I need friends.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
Hello.
Good.
Hello, everyone.
Hey guys.
Come
Hello,
on.
buddy.
A little more energy. People have been waiting for 10 minutes.
Dutch, you're back!
That's it.
Waiting.
There we go. There we go. Woo! Yes.
Wow.
Excellent.
My wooden shoes.
A Dutch angle. Yeah. Usually on the Saturdays, but we couldn't make that work. So today is the day, and today is also launch day. So it only makes sense to talk about crowdfunding, you know. So
And Perfect 10.
woo, perfect 10 crowdfunding.
Basically, we're just talking about how to best crowdfund Perfect 10 in genuine comics. That's all. That's all. 2 hours only talking about that.
No. Just crowdfunding in general.
Back button.
I put a second mortgage on my house just to crowdfund genuine comics. I mean, you need to do the miles.
No. You're pretending we're expensive, but we're not. Let's see who's here today. I saw several people already, like Dojo Kun. Hey, Brian.
Hey, yes, we're late. So
Late.
Dutch of us.
Sorry,
But
I was late. I
not never.
came from a party. What was I late? No, I was right on time, I think.
Came from party.
Wizard is
Area
never too late.
Blackness! Yeah.
Area, welcome.
Yeah, man. And we have Roland. Yeah, of course, Roland is here. And we have
Ooh.
Soul, Ion.
The Dutch again.
Hail, Solion.
Hey, Soul Man.
Ion.
Everybody.
Welcome, man. Welcome. Blackness, Solion. Area Blackness. Oh, thank you, man. Congrats on a great launch. Good work, dude. Thank you so much, man. It was an awesome day. Awesome day.
Also, hail to Dr. Rhino, 419.
Oh, Dr. Rhino, did I miss you, man? Did I miss you? Come on.
Man.
Oh, man.
Rhino is
Busy.
back.
Where is he? Here he is. Dr. Rhino. Yeah, the doctor is in the house. Ooh.
Hey.
All feel safe
Excellent.
again.
And so Ion already dropping links. Thank you very much. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
sir. Excelente. Okay, guys. I have nothing prepared. Because I was completely kaput today. I was beat. I'm tired. And I was like, you know what? I did my preparations. I made an entire campaign. And we did well today. And that's my preparation. So,
You mean
Yeah, you were up
No.
early. You're already up at 4:30 or something. I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
you
you
had a
also,
live
man.
stream.
You both also.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, we are here to support you, guys.
Yeah, you're my cheerleaders. Yay!
Yeah, but I went back to
Well,
sleep.
we are way sexier.
Okay. Hey, Nicholas Gear. Welcome, sir. Howdy, folks.
Gear.
Congrats on successful launch yesterday. Yeah, for you it's maybe yesterday. For me, it's still today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Nicholas Gear the creator of Tin Soldier? Is that
Yes.
right? Nice. Yes. Yeah, I recognize that. I love that picture. Yeah.
Yes.
Really.
Welcome, man. Welcome. Okay, guys. Crowdfunding. You both backed several crowdfunded books, right?
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about what the reasoning is behind you guys backing. What makes you want to back something? What are the main ingredients for something to have that something needs for you to go? Yeah, I'm going to back that.
For me, we already talked about it. For me, it was quite clear. I was always collecting the mainstream comics, and but they didn't fulfill me anymore, and they were getting more terrible. The writing was more shitty, so I just left the comics, or not collecting anymore. Most of them, Spider-Man was still there on a bit, but even now I haven't bought any Spider-Man. I think in a year and a half or something, and Dave was doing his crowdfunding things first on the other platform, now on Indiegogo. And so I was already backing him, of course. He's a dear friend of mine. And so I'm a bit biased by that as well. But through Dave and through Marinus, I fell into the indie publishing. And man, there are amazing projects there on independent creators. And I fell in love on, you can there are so many tastes. It's amazing. And there are a lot of crappy projects, sorry to say, but you need to start somewhere. Dave's first project, Earthling, wasn't up to the level he's publishing now, so you grow, so you have to start somewhere. But there are amazing projects, and I'm in love with the art and the writing, and sometimes you don't get why thing is not, being published, because the art is amazing, the writing is amazing, but why don't they have a lot of backers? That's still an enigma for me. But for me, it was I rolled into it, and I love it. I backed some projects, and I'm liking it.
Okay. Let me address this question from Nicholas Gear, not to skip over Perfect 10, but when are you launching American Dream? Okay, so I do not want to run two campaigns at the same time, because it's exhausting doing this. And we were closer to finishing Perfect 10 than we were to American Dream. So at one point I said, let's pause American Dream, focus on this one, and then when the campaign ends for Perfect 10, we start the campaign for American Dream. So that's the plan. So once this campaign is over, we want to do the next campaign. Roland, that's with Roland. That's his washing machine or something.
Yeah, that's true.
And in the chat is now Pau Rodrigues. Hey man.
Hey Pau.
Who's here? Mr. Rodrigues himself.
Congratulations, my man.
Good job, man.
Yeah.
Art looks fantastic. Really happy with it.
Can't wait to have it in my hands and go on the artwork.
Nice.
Yeah, for people that don't know, Pau Rodrigues is the artist of Perfect 10. So
one of the artists as well. You also have very fine colorists. Daniel?
Of course, yeah. I mean the sequential work, the ink work, right? That's done by Pau. And then indeed the colorists are artists as well.
I also need to stick up for my people, our colorists as well.
I know. Daniel Rodriguez is the colorist, and he's amazing. Okay, so
before I go into, maybe you should highlight the thing that Soul is saying at 9:16.
Wait. What for people? This? You mean this one?
Yeah.
For people who browse the Indiegogo comics category, it's always helpful to have a thumbnail that draws people in and catchy name tagline, which makes you want to know more about the project. Okay, what do you think about that, Marinus? Is that something you scan for good looking thumbnails?
Well, it's not much, to answer your question first, what drew me in. Well, it's more like the decline of mainstream comics. My story is not really a secret one. I was burned out on mainstream comics, and I only or mostly collected Marvel and DC comics. Then I just stopped, but I always, kept up with the news because comics is in my DNA somehow, and I just want to know what's out there. But I didn't, buy physical media because I don't want to. I don't want to give them my money. Somehow I found indie comics, and with indie comics I mean crowdfunded comics, and I saw some very interesting projects, and I came in contact with the persons themselves. I mean, for instance, like you. I mean, I know you through Twitter, through Indiegogo, and then later here on streams I met Roland, and then that's how when the ball was rolling. And for having a more like a connection, or maybe that you can speak directly to the creator, or an artist, or an inker, or a writer, or the person that runs the project, is way more, I don't know, exciting, exhilarating than like a soulless corporate, like DC or Marvel. And those people hate you, by the way. And when I came into this crowdfunding comics, I came into contact with all those creators. I go onto streams and I meet all these wonderful people, just like here in the chat now. And I can say that, yeah, I feel the connection between those people, because for the first time, and it sounds a little bit, sappy, or how you say it. In my country, comics is very still, in my opinion, niche. And when I talk about comics with my friends, they look at me and say, okay, well, Marinus is just doing comics. That's all okay, but I don't have any connection with. And then on Twitter and on Indiegogo and on whichever platform, I met all these people who has the same love for comics as me. And that makes me want to back those comics, because I want creators to succeed. I want to make their dreams come true, but because I'm backing them, and I hope that when my project is going live, hopefully, somewhere between now and a couple of months, they're gonna back me too. That would be nice. But for me, it's more like I see exciting new projects that I cannot get from the mainstream comics, and that makes me want to back more comics. I look into different categories. It's not more like the catchy name. It's more like, what attracts me? Is it the story? Is it the arts? But besides indie comics, I also look more like towards Image Comics and Boom Studios and IDW and Dark Horse. I mean, I don't want to buy mainstream comics with DC and Marvel, because for me, I don't know, it doesn't resonate with me anymore what they are creating. Those stories are not for me anymore. Indies, right, is when a passion project comes to life, and it is exactly what I want, in what I wanted to see in a comic. And just like Roland says, yes, it's not always top tier, and sometimes you have you bought a comic that is not up to par, and maybe the quality is there, maybe the writing isn't there, or maybe you have a different expectation. But at some point you filter what you really like, but it's also the people that create the comics that you want to help, and that makes me feel good, and I see the happiness in those persons' words and eyes, that finally, hey, I made it. I made my I made the project.
It's like Bancroft said this morning. Indie creators get more leeway. They're not professionals, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be all shiny and perfect, but people try, and we appreciate the effort and the energy, that it has, man. That's what makes it work. Good
totally
morning.
agree.
Good morning, by the way, to Comics Mate.
Hey, Comics
Hey,
Mate, man.
Dean.
Hey, comics mates.
So I get me a knife. Don't worry, I'm gonna get a knife for unboxing. It's gonna take a while, but I'm gonna get there.
You
No,
not
but
get
I
to
really,
know. Yeah.
I really get what you're saying. For me, it's like compared with your favorite band. When you're a student, they are not good. They do covers. They perform at local bars, and but you see the love in their art and their performance, and it's not all. It doesn't need to be perfect. You just want to have love in it. Like my girlfriend says, when you already put food or put love in your food, basically, you already make a great dish, even though it's not the
It's
best, maybe.
disgusting.
It's
Yeah.
disgusting, but putting love in it, and I think that's the same with these comics, and because the big two, basically Marvel and DC, they have the resource to make awesome comics, but they don't put the love in there anymore.
No,
And
Right.
you see it with a lot of projects. You saw it with Star Wars, basically, with the latest movies. There was no love in those movies, and then you saw the Mandalorian series. There was love in the series because it was made by people who have heart for that franchise.
the
And
first
I think that's a very big ingredient, putting effort and love in what you do, and that comes over.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean the so-called comic pros now in the mainstream comics, they are way too busy, fighting on Twitter with people and insulting the fan base, and
Yeah, it's
instead of
so much hate there. Why would I back a project that already starts with hating people or saying bad stuff?
Spoorhacker. Hey, man. Welcome.
or hacker,
Hey, Spore Hacker.
not a Dutchie.
Yes.
So that's what I like about the what you say, the indie publishing.
Okay. So the first thing you kind of look for is passion projects. You want to know a little bit about the creator, right?
Yeah,
I
Or
totally
can it
agree.
be that sometimes that's completely irrelevant? So you see something that's so cool, you don't give a shit who made it. It's cool, you want to have it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, for me, for me as well.
unfortunately, yeah, but yeah, no, I love comics, so I try to how do you say separate the art from the artist and vice versa. It's not always working, but sometimes a project is just way too good, and I just want to have it.
Right.
Good night,
Have a good
Dr.
stream,
Rhino.
Everyone. Dr. Rhino,
Oh,
I'm going to bed after staying up
too bad,
to
man.
work on this book. Okay,
Hey, have a
man.
great night, man.
Sleep
Thanks.
well. You
Thanks
can
for
watch
dropping by,
later.
man. Yeah. By the way, Solion is dropping a link for Toro Tales.
9 Amazing Tales by Dojo Kun
I'm
Comics.
trying, Brian. I'm trying. 9 Amazing Tales by Dojo Kun Comics. Check that out, guys. Check it out. So
And we got another new one in the chat.
Oh, okay. Let me see who's here.
John Hansen.
Oh, John Hansen. Hey, welcome, John.
Hey,
Welcome, man.
Hey, welcome, John.
Congrats on launching. Thank you very much, man. We had a wonderful launch. It was
great.
incredible. It was incredible. Yeah.
But
thanks for dropping by.
But Dave, what is your to back you on question? What are you looking for when
I got into crowdfunding because I wanted to crowdfund my own book. So I always wanted to make comic books, and Roland knows me from back in school. When we tried to make something with comic books, and I picked that up in 2014, and I needed the money to make it, to have it printed, and Kickstarter was a thing then. So my first new book then went on Kickstarter, and that's kind of how it started for me. And I started to back other campaigns to see what other people do. I started to study campaigns to see what campaigns were successful and why. I wanted to learn that it was completely new.
Yeah.
And I backed like hundreds. I backed hundreds of books, man. And then I went from Kickstarter. I went to Indiegogo because Kickstarter became a bit more censorious, and some creators couldn't get on Kickstarter because of stupid political reasons, and I'm against censorship, and in solidarity with other creators, I decided I'm going over to Indiegogo, and I never turned back. So Indiegogo is a fantastic platform.
And that is where you find your success with Perfect 10.
Yeah. There was my first experience with Indiegogo was with Perfect 10. Yes, that's right. So let me just bring it on then. Let me just share.
Yeah, show us your campaign for those.
Share the campaign. There we go. Kapow.
Kapow.
Beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's amazing.
Almost, man. How much? 98%. 89%.
Wow.
That's so close.
89% since this morning.
Wow.
Well, we talked about it a bit before. Your previous project was goal was 5,000, right?
The previous one, the previous book was 5,000 euros. We have to put this in euros, and then I have to calculate what would it be in dollars.
Yeah, it's kind of the same.
Approximately.
Locally, it would be the same.
Right.
But everything got more expensive. Paper, ink, power, electricity. These things. Probably your artists get expensive as well.
Yeah.
They need to have a living as well. So how come the goal is lower, if I may ask?
Sure, man. The goal here, as well as the goal of last time, was 5,000 euros. Isn't the goal I really need to recoup my expenses? I can use the money to print the books and get everything shipped out, but what the books actually cost is a lot more. So basically, I have the goal that I need to pursue with
Printing and shipping.
With printing and shipping and give everyone their books, which is my main objective, to get people their comic books. That's what I want. And then I have the goal that I want to reach to recoup my expenses and maybe make some money. But that's a goal that I will never put on the campaign, because that's not really why I am doing this.
So 4,000 is basically the least you need to get it published, at least.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, that's basically it.
And still, you need to pay from your own pocket the costs.
Yeah, that's it. And anything that I can make, I can put back into the next book. So the money keeps within within Genuine Comics. So everything that comes in is spent on the next project.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's why we need crowdfunding projects, because otherwise this can never be seen the day of light. I think that's why, at least I really want to back my comic book creators, my peers.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike, Jimmy.
Hey, Mike, Jimmy.
Another fellow Dutchie.
And Mike says it here. There's the crowdfunding goal, and then there's the goal.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Yeah.
Do you think a lot of people on Indiegogo use the same tactic, or are putting in their primary goal too low or too high? Does it influence your sales, basically, if you can sell it, or your spurs?
I have definitely seen campaigns that had a goal far too high, that I think that's not really attainable,
and it scares people away.
I understand why people do it. So why creators do that, because they are truthful. They need that. That's their investment. I get that. But it's better to play safe. So stay a little bit lower. Make it doable. Make it something you can achieve. And once you achieved it, go for the next goal.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it makes sense.
So yeah, do you guys think it's important that a campaign has a video?
Oh yeah. Well, for me, I am an animator, so I look at probably different eyes. Video is always good, but sometimes you in your case, you're a writer. You're also an artist. I know you for a long time, and I know you're very creative. But not everybody has those abilities or those skills as well. They put on a video and they don't have money to pay somebody else to make a nice video, and then the video is kind of crappy. It puts me a bit off, to be honest. But then again, I'm not the regular comic book viewer in that sense. But I think videos and trailers are important. But for me, yeah, I do look on production level, to be honest.
Right, production value.
Yeah. But depends always if the art's really nice or the story really connects. I can look beyond a crappy trailer, basically.
Right.
There's so much more than that. It's the whole package. Video is definitely part of a package.
It's something extra that can, pull pull people in. I mean, if you see the Black Terror from why am I forgetting his name? Oh God, I'm blanking. Terror in the Trenches from
from Vonster.
Von Klaus, is it?
Von Klaus, yeah.
Yeah, his the trailer of his. When I saw the trailer first, I mean the trailer looks great, but then the music hits, and then what is the weird kind of music? It doesn't connect with me. And then when the trailer goes on and then stuff changes, the music swells up and then it completely changes something awesome. And that can add to the immersion of of the book.
Right, like movie trailers.
Yeah.
Pumping you up, getting you excited. Yeah. Right. So but better no trailer than a bad trailer.
Yes.
Yeah, different. Yeah, I don't guess so.
Okay.
Yeah, you do know where your strengths are. Your project is as strong as your weakest connection or link, basically.
Yeah.
So if you don't really have anything, a good movie or video, maybe not to put it on, I guess.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, cool. Okay, so then you go, then you click on this campaign because something caught your interest. What's the next thing you look for?
Boobs.
And you're cancelled.
This was from Marinus. I thought he would say it.
Nothing wrong with boobies. Yeah.
Yeah, what appeals? You put a cover here on the first thing. It's a finished piece. It looks awesome. Great composition. In my taste, a bit too much colors. It's not really one.
Too much color. What?
Yeah, the colors are all over the place. But it's because there are different characters, and each character have very colorful clothes. So but I think. Yeah, I like the composition. I like how she's on the floor. I think the Dutch angle could have been a bit more extreme, but no. But this appeals to me. You see, our heroine being on the ground and being intimidated or whatever. Yeah, I would buy only on the basis of the cover, and I assume that the cover art is indeed the interior art. I would, without thinking, back this one up.
I mean, that's a good point that you raise. I mean, when it comes to covers, maybe I'm going a little off topic. I chose this one. Why? Because I like I think that art also needs to breathe. When it's all cluttered, and I don't say the first cover is bad, but I know what you are saying. I want to see what's going on in an instant, and I had that with the first cover. That's not more a critique. It's my personal preference. That's why I like personal wide shots. And with white shots, I
White
can
shots.
see backgrounds, and backgrounds, as you know, is a very important thing for me, because then I'm getting immersed in the world and the story. And this has, a lot of going on. So I'm not sure who this character is or what his powers are, but I'm very intrigued. I'm more intrigued in this cover and this character than at the first one.
Funny. I thought this was a spoiler. Because when we left issue 2, we know she's abducted by these group of villains. And now I know how she gets out.
It's very difficult.
I didn't notice that. That's actually
and the other one, she's in danger. The first cover, she's more in danger. She's still struggling, and you have the bad guy standing over her. They are definitely in power here. She is beaten down. But I'm really, I think losing the characters in the background already makes the art more breathe, like you said, Marinus, and put a more atmosphere between them and Perfect 10, so they are more in the distance.
Exactly.
Muted a bit the colors, and then I think you have a better impact, because then you see the silhouette of Perfect 10 and the villainess better. But this is always the difference between different artists. They have different views instead of the critique. It's just something my personal thing.
Okay, so somehow the stream turned from talking about crowdfunding to
criticize them.
Critique the covers of Perfect 10. Right.
No, but like I said, the covers are amazing. I would definitely, on this cover, I would already back it. And the other one, I totally agree with Marinus. This is more clear, more overview, better, a very clear composition. I just miss the danger in it. I just miss the tension.
Yeah, that's
the thing.
Yeah.
That's the difference. For me, you put the right cover first. So yeah.
I love action. I love action covers, when stuff like that. But somehow this resonated more with me. I don't know. Maybe it's more like the shift in colors instead of the first one. That's a little bit for me too overpowering when it comes to coloring. Just like Ron said, could be a little bit toned down. But what I'm trying to say is that I think also that the cover also represents what's inside the book. I think it's important that if you make a comic, then you make at least one cover when the artist is also, the cover artist is also the interior artist. When I look at, for instance, Kickstarter, there's a lot of beautiful looking books out there when it comes to covers. And Marvel and DC is doing that exact same thing, especially Dynamite, who is, notorious for that. They have beautiful, cool looking covers. And then you open the book and it's utterly trash when it comes to art. And I think it's important when it comes to crowdfunding that the artist is also on the outsides as well in the insides.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Well, to be going back, Dave, we're not, criticizing the covers that much, but we're going through the page, and we are going through the page as if we were, are going to back this comic. Or, what are we looking for? And this is, just a discussion. What would appeal and why we would back a comic in this sense. So
I get it, but there are many campaigns out there that don't really work for me, but I didn't want to do a stream where I pull up other campaigns and go through them. Why doesn't this work? Because people do their best to just talk about it, and I happen to have this one active. It's my own campaign, and we can pick it apart. That's fine, and we can talk about what works, what doesn't work. That's perfectly fine.
Indeed, if you want to do that with other projects, you also need to do it with your own.
Exactly.
And still, if you listen to Marinus and myself, We're not saying it's bad at all. We're just enjoying and we are nitpicking. If somebody's going to nitpick, then they're just looking for something to shoot at because it's too beautiful,
Yeah.
Black Rose, hey man.
Hey, Black Rose.
Welcome, man. Black Rose has a cool campaign also going on, and he's doing very well. Let's see if we can find that link.
So shall we continue on your?
Cerebrum. It's called Cerebrum.
Okay, let's collect that link and also the link of the Toro Tales, and then we can maybe go and pick them as well after this one.
I mean,
okay. So who made the list of things that he was looking for? Wait. Someone. Oh, here it is. So Ian says, if you're on a campaign, you want to find reasons to back the book. A good mixture of pictures, text, and design is important. Keep the explanation short, on point, and the visuals not too crowded.
Yeah, totally right. Totally correct. Yes.
What I also recommend is that you need to show people visuals, because it's a visual medium. They want to look at pretty pictures, so show them cool visuals. That's the first thing. And in the beginning, people need to know what they are going to buy. So what is it? A comic book? How many pages? Full color? That kind of information.
Well, to go back at the start, you have the video, but you also have a perfect log line about Perfect 10 issue 3. In one sentence, you basically already tell the premise of the story. That's a good thing. You keep it short, and then you can go down like you would also walk into a comic store. You look at covers. You always judge the comic on the cover. Exactly. And so it's very wise to start your campaign with the cover, basically. After the log line, you already see a bit of the cover here on your trailer thumbnail, so that's good.
Yeah.
And then you go in deeper and present some other art or snippet from the story.
Right. So people come to the page. They see this. So they see the title, the
log line.
Yeah, the image for the campaign. Yeah. You scroll down, you get nice visuals. Then here you get information about what it is. A 32-page full color action adventure superhero book. So the genre.
It is smart to highlight some of the selling points in a different text in bold faced, basically.
Yeah, people just browse through a campaign. They don't start reading immediately.
No, they just scan. They see 32-page full action adventure. So always that's pretty already enough. I don't think you should have. Oh well, Perfect 10 being bold is fine. You refer to the previous numbers, and total of 84 story pages is perfect. Those are your selling points, and
exactly
people want to browse, check those. Yeah.
Okay, then you get some cool art. Then you get more cool art. So people will first see the art. They will browse the entire campaign to see the art, and if they get interested, want to know more, they can find more between the pictures here. A little bit about the story. Sometimes I don't really care about the story. I see the art, it looks awesome. I want to have that, Yeah. And then when I get it, I can read it, and then I sometimes think, the story's not that great. But,
in this case, I think I think Randy Green is a selling point, of course, being a named artist. But then again, I think putting the interior before Randy Green maybe was a better choice, because this is not representative of the comic book itself.
Right. Okay. Welcome, 24 Eyes.
I get it. Hey, 24 Eyes.
Hey, 24 Eyes.
But I get it. Randy Green is not an unfamiliar artist, so it's commercially wise.
It's a selling point. I think people see Randy Green. Wow, Randy Green worked on this project. Awesome. And then they scroll, and the next page, sequentials.
Yeah, no,
This is beautiful. This is,
I like the
this
color.
is yeah, I like the colors. This is a good chosen page. All the colors are in the same family, basically. Well balanced. So yeah, I like this page too as an opener. Definitely, it doesn't tell a lot about the story as well.
So Ian says, I don't know if I could criticize the Perfect 10 Part 3 campaign objectively. It feels like very well put together, but I can fully deny that I'm already on board because it's what I look for.
Yeah, basically here the same.
Yeah. Man, I have so many comics that are if you take a closer look, you'll find out these comics are pretty bad, but they look awesome, So I have so many 90s comics that are pretty bad, but I just like the way they look. So I would have bought them anyway,
Yeah. You like
visuals are the most important thing.
Yeah. I mean, if you've gone to my YouTube channel, Darksyde Comics, and you want to see very good art with very bad story writing, just check it out. Subscribe to my channel and like my video.
Would you ever had a very bad art with good story writing there?
Well, it depends on bad. I have some comics.
Yeah, everything is objective.
Oh,
subjective.
I read some comics that has questionable art but excellent writing. And I think at the end, that's it's a hard one. I think the writing is now, and don't I have a different taste now than like 20 or 30 years back when I started collecting those 90s comics. Because when in the 90s, I just want badass art and cool looking books, and lots of action scenes. That was important then for me. I mean, I thought that was important, but looking at hindsight, and that's why I'm doing this reviewing. Thank you, Sol, for plugging my channel. I made a video today. It's going live tomorrow. That I said I read comics. I read them once. I put them away. Never touched them. But now, since I have the channel, I'm digging up all those comics and I'm going to read them and I'm going to single out by accident the good comics that I really like, the mediocre comics and in the middle comics, and the very bad ones. So it has done mostly fantastic art. Well, not always, but mostly fantastic art. But the story is shit. And I couldn't believe that I, at that time, paid my hard-earned money for it because I was excited for the art. And the art is what drew me in. And then I read it and put it away. But now that I'm rereading it, I can't believe that I actually like this comic because it was so bad when it comes to writing. So I think writing is pretty important.
Yeah, I think, a comic, when you want to reread a comic, I think writing is more important than the artwork. Because then you want to invest more in the story. Some comics are, rereadable because of the story and the characters, but not always for the art.
Thank you, Dirty Gun, for subbing for my channel. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I have to say, Dave, this page, it got nostalgic on me. The way, I don't know the red guy's name, how he's holding Perfect 10 just got me this 80s comic vibe when you had Mr. Hyde holding Black Cat on the cover of a Spider-Man comic.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Almost the same way. And I thought, oh no, he's going to break her apart. He's going to break her back. And I got this feeling, and I think, oh no, poor Perfect 10. But what makes those storylines good is that she was a heroine, and when they are really getting peril and they are beating up and they're bloody and they're broken, then you feel the most for them. So I'm worried about Perfect 10 that she will get a lot of bloody, broken noses, broken ribs, and being in this layer of villains.
So Ian says good art and bad story is a bit more common in comics than the other way around. In fact, I can't think of one where the art was abysmal, but I really enjoyed the tale.
Yeah, do you think that the Stan Lee for the way of writing, than just writing a story and let the artist go into the details for the story, was maybe a better mix for some stories. That the artist also had a writing, basically storytelling position in the
not the Marvel way. The way we do it, I and Pau, is that Pau sometimes comes back to me with artwork, with pages, and he brings his own ideas in there, some things that I never thought of visually, and I'm like, that is cool. I can work with that, and then I can integrate something from his work in the story.
Yeah, artists are visual storytellers, and it would be shame to hire artists just to let him or her draw your idea. Artists have ideas. They think in visual storytelling as well. So
yeah, exactly.
This collaboration is perfect. When somebody has the artist has a very, like Dave is explaining, a good, better idea, just embrace it. And more writers should do that. I don't think a lot of writers do. It's just
different. Sometimes I don't need to be rigid. So I have this idea. I write something. I send it over. I get something back, which is completely different from what I had in mind. And then I need to think about it for a few minutes. And then I need to adjust. And then I'm like, yeah, this works also. It's a little bit different, but it works. And then I have to rewrite some little things, but this way it also becomes Pau's book. It's a collaboration. So
I'm wondering, in that case, maybe we're delving into deep, but I'm looking at this gorgeous page again and then thinking about visual storytelling, what I was saying, and I was wondering what certain choices were made in these panels. Normally you have like symbolic visuals as well. And Perfect 10 is beaten, is down, is hurt, is being captured. But still, the panels show she's looking down on the villainess, and the villainess is looking up onto Perfect 10. Is there still power symbolism that Perfect 10 is still better than the villainess? Or how should we read it? Or is there a reason behind it? I'm just always curious about those choices.
Yeah, you think about those things, right? Cool. So anyway, for a crowdfunding, you see the crowdfunding, you see the visuals, and oftentimes immediately this looks good to me. This is my jam, or it's not. If it's not, you move on. But if it is, then what comes next? So you see something. It looks good. What comes next? What's your next point to determine if you're going to back?
Well, there's different reasons. First of all, I want to know how many pages. I mean, there is speaking, when it comes to campaigns, I see a lot of, well, not on Indiegogo, but mostly on Kickstarter. For instance, there's a lot of campaigns that has, I had to look how many pages it is. And then I think, oh, it's only 24 pages. I'm not going to back it, because 24 pages for me is way too. It needs to have more. It needs a little bit more meat on the bones. I think 32 minimum is perfect. That's the size of a floppy that you can buy, at your local comics book store. That's how I grew up with. 24, 22, or 20 pages. I'm not going to buy that. Second,
so doesn't that depend on the price also? You have like 24-page book for like $15. Is that too much?
But you forget that we also have shipping costs.
Right.
And a 32-page and a 24-page is practically the same when it comes to shipping.
Yeah.
So, and then we of course the VAT cost for Europeans, but that's besides the point. So if I'm choosing for a 200-page, or a 22, well, that's probably a stupid comparison, but you know what I mean, a 32-page and a 22-page or a 24, I always go for the 32. Of course, it depends on the topic, the artist, the writing, but you cannot judge the writing unless it's in your hands. I'm not going to buy digital. I read digital, I have digital, I don't like digital, I want to have physical media. So that's important for me. If I'm buying premium books for premium prices, then I want to have also premium pages, premium storytelling, and then it's not more the storytelling itself, but the amount of story that I can get.
Right. So basically, you demand more from a crowd-funded book than from a book that you can buy at the store for like $5.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I tend to agree with Marinus here, because those books are also not released frequently, like every month. It's like the European system that you sometimes have to wait for a new issue. So you kind of, want to have more flesh on the bone, and not, you wouldn't be satisfied with 24 pages.
I get that.
It would. You just finish it in 10 minutes, basically.
Right.
Yes.
And then it's okay if the artist and the story is beautiful, but sometimes you pay maybe 32 euros or whatever for the perk and the shipping cost, and then you receive it at home, and then, all right, I read it within 10 minutes, but it's not rereadable,
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, this is also why
that's part of the game, of course.
This is also why many of these crowdfunders add all these extra things to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, I'm not into those extra things. I like this one, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah.
But the mini poster of Randy Green is super awesome. It's really beautiful. But I don't think I'm going to hang it up somewhere. Well, it's me. Other persons would definitely do that, other people. Yeah. And it would just be, I don't know how big it is. It would either be in the comic, just as an extra page, or in the back, or I'll put it somewhere between all the other posters, mini posters I don't look at anymore. Right. I know that the stickers of the previous campaigns are well used here in this house. My boys have them pasted on their doors of their rooms, so stickers are maybe good.
Yeah, awesome. And my favorites of today are standees. I like standees a lot. My first standee was from, why am I forgetting? Battle Made and Knuckle Bomb, and I was very impressed with that. And
it looks beautiful.
From Infinity Tales from Chris Fisk. This is a very beautiful piece.
Cool.
There's also this. I like standees, but why? Because it's physical. I can touch it. It's a poster is cool, but I'm not doing much with posters because I don't want to. It's just not me. Stickers are okay. Magnets are great. Standees, it's perfect.
I haven't got any standee except the Perfect 10 one. But the ones you are showing, Marinus, I would love them. They're like mini action. I love action figures.
Yeah,
my house is full with action figures. I want to display them, and this is kind of a cheap action figure. Basically, you want to display them, and you can rearrange them however you want that. Yeah, I would definitely be into those.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool. I mean, what for instance. Vinny Tartamella with his Shadow of the Kraken book, he's also doing a stand of his main character, and then he's going to make a series of different characters in that book. I mean, that automatically means that for the collectors, this is a very important piece. Well, not this one, but for instance, if let's say I make a comic and I've, let's say, 5 characters, and every campaign that I'm going to put out, hey, there's one standee, please back the one, then you get the next one, and then the next one, and then you have a complete collection. That is, for me personally, way more exciting than I have a sticker, or if I have a poster.
I agree. I am a collector.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you, Marine. I'm a collector by heart, and if every campaign feature, or you get a few of these things, and they're numbered or whatever, and then after 5 campaigns, because probably the creator, I hope, has a clear idea how many issues he or she wants to publish, and by the end of all the campaigns you have them all. I like that. Yeah, could be cards, like Pokemon kind of cards, or these stand-ups. I would definitely be more interested in picking up perk with those inserted. Definitely.
Right.
I got another one. This is a little bit more small, maybe like a D&D character. Let's see if I can make it a little bit more sharper.
Oh, that one is 3D. Those are more expensive.
Yeah, well, this is from Matt Crocs with the Kyrie books.
Oh yeah.
He did it in some kind of a surprise thing. I'm sorry, I cannot get the resolution very, very good when it comes to. No, he doesn't do it. But anyway, this is one of the main characters, and it's probably in a 3D printer, but it doesn't matter. I mean, this is indeed a 3D, and it's smaller. But if you are a collector and you like painting stuff, I'm terrible with this stuff, but this is would be very cool. And he's also saying. Anyway, I lost my train of thought, but this is cool too.
I love it when somebody just shuts up Marinus. It has a special ability to do that.
Only Smoke can do it. He rubbed me the wrong way.
Don't call Rob in this channel.
But for
we've
creators need. So this is cool. You would like to get this, but creators need to be careful to add these things because they can really eat up your budget. If you get funding, the most important thing is that you spend it on the book, and the extras are simply extras. And the cooler you want to make them, the more expensive they will become. And at some point, you maybe want to do it because you, as creator, think it's cool, or you think you need to do it to get more eyes on your campaign. But be careful.
Yeah,
well,
I want to say something about it, if you don't mind. I mean, I don't want to rag on other creators, but I see creators that say, "Oh, we got now our first campaign at $30,000, and it's going to be a sticker." Well, I'm sorry, that doesn't.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah.
With all due respect, I mean, when it comes to budget, do you need really $30,000 for your very first unlockable, perk, and then it's a sticker?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
maybe you can send some NFTs with your next with your next project.
Oh yeah, pal! I got a gorgeous lady with a gun. Well, she's not sticking it to me, so yeah, that's great.
Oh yeah. Pau saw that.
But we've grown into the perks. What to look for in
Yeah,
a campaign.
okay.
Those are the perks. We kind of gradually went into that domain. So
perks are the deal breakers. Do you ever back a book because of the perks?
No. For me, no.
Well, to be honest, you, for example, in this project, you have the extra book, Crossroads.
Yeah, it's not a perk. That you have to buy that one.
I'm sorry. Then I don't know what perks are. Perks is just you choose one of those choices.
Oh, sorry,
right?
sorry. I mean the stretch goals. Sorry, man. The stretch goals. So we were talking about the stretch goals right now. Yeah.
Okay. If it's a standee, maybe, but mostly I'm focusing more on the book because that's really what I want.
Yeah, I think
if there a campaign without stretch goals, but the book is what I want, then I'm back the book.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So stretch goals are not really necessary. And you wouldn't really back a book because of the stretch goal.
No.
Okay. All right.
No, the book is the main priority.
Yeah.
The stretch goals are a nice reward for people who backed it as a thank you, and it's also nice that these people are scratch and sniff stick. What the hell is the scratch and sniff?
What is that? I don't know.
You never know them. So you have the sticker. You scratch a bit from the surface, and then you can smell something.
No?
Yeah,
I don't know. Somebody's butthole? What?
or somebody else's pussy. I don't know.
What do you mean?
It doesn't sound good. No, it doesn't sound good.
Do you want to back up Perfect 10 here? You have a scratch sticker with a certain odor over.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You never know where it's been.
Well, there are people that are weird. They collect things.
How do you come up with
if we go back into the chat, Doja-kun said, I've backed books that I didn't like the art or story idea, but really was fan of the creator.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so do you ever buy books that you wouldn't really buy, but you like the creator?
Yes.
Yeah.
And don't name me.
Sometimes I have regret on that, but
Yeah,
sometimes you just
I
love
do
the
too,
creator.
but I received a comic that I a while ago that I looked at it and I think, it's okay. It's not really that I back, but then the creator was a really cool guy or girl,
Yep.
depends. And sometimes you want to help people or want them to succeed.
Yeah.
If my purchase can do that, then yeah, why not?
It's like a charity buy.
Yeah, if you will. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. And if it's what's
Yeah.
that? Marinus,
Stop it with the
You're very melon, you
stop it with the stickers.
who is the degenerate, Saul? Not me. Not me. No. No.
Sporehacker said, I would. I think he means that he would buy because he likes the creator, and not specifically the book.
Yeah.
I've done so as well. Not only through crowdfunding, but also on conventions that I talked to other creators, to other standholders, and they have this book, and I'm like, it's not really my book, but you're a cool dude, man. Give me one of those books,
Yeah.
That's marketing, that's the presentation.
It maybe surprise you. I mean, I back books that I say, oh man, I don't want it, and then I thought to myself, wow, this is really good. Where's issue 2?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Hey, we have Mike Rogurts.
Hey, Mike.
Hey,
Welcome,
Mike.
man. It's a new name. Welcome, sir.
Welcome, Mike.
Love the way the women are drawn.
Power Rodriguez arts. Nice.
Yeah. Power Rodriguez. Look, the way Power Rodriguez draws this genuine verse makes me want to live in the genuine universe. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I just want to see his style, his characters animated. I just want to see the move.
Exactly.
By the way,
I see a project for myself coming up.
By the way, I love that you are doing an alternate cover of issue number 1, also for the collectors. This is a really smart move. I like that. People think, hey, this is something new, and then if you are, a big fan of genuine comics or even Perfect 10, this is what you want for your collection. Alternative comics. I mean, covers for as a collector's item.
Yeah. Because the first cover that Roland worked on, Roland did the colors for the first cover, and that cover is becoming rare. So you can get it still now through this campaign, but when it's sold out, and then this will be the main cover you can get. But that's beside the point. Regarding other things you notice you base your decisions on when you browse campaigns?
Price.
Well, we were talking
price.
about price. That's pretty important. But we were just scrolling through the second comic you are featuring here as well, and we were talking before about the page size or of the book, not too slim, but I think Dave does it perfectly here. He just basically says you can have 2 books. You pay a bit more, but you have 2 books, and I love that. I love that he can test a book basically as a companion to a already proven popular series or issue. Like the previous time with the Bliss, the comic, the American Bliss comic.
Yeah, Power Trip. Yeah,
Power Trip, and now with Crossworlds. I love it. I mean, you are here for Perfect 10, but when you see another Genuine Comics book, I want to try it.
Yeah,
and I would choose for that option then. For me, that's an extra. I want to pay extra for.
So Ian says backing for stretch goals. I would say no. I think he means no. Backing twice to reach one, maybe. But perks can intrigue when on the fence. Dwarves versus Lions has custom boxes, for example. Okay, so when you're doubting, then stretch goals can tip you over. So like, yeah.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Right.
And to be honest, it's it's like people are, that doing crowdfunding comics are getting better at it. I mean, you now get boxes with comics in it, and those boxes has art on it. It's really, really cool. Self-kicking dress overthrowing.
What's going on here?
Yeah. Grass vs. Lions is an Indiegogo campaign for those who do not know. So
Yeah.
It's not really for me. It's a little bit too confusing when it comes to the whole campaign. I don't know what's going on. So, but it's a really cool project. Yeah.
Okay. Someone in the chat earlier made a comment about that the shipping costs need to be lower than the product.
True.
Do you agree?
Yeah, but it's not in your hand.
No, exactly.
It's not in your hand. The product has a certain production cost, and depending on where you live and where it's being shipped from,
Yeah.
It is what it is. And I think Dave doing business with Critical Blast, I believe.
Yeah.
Is good. Then at least people from overseas maybe can purchase the comics cheaper, or have the shipping costs are cheaper.
Mhm.
Dave is being smart in this way, and not all creators know all the paths and routes to do that. And then they are just there on an island, and they are having great issues, great stories, great art, and they need to ship all across the world. Some people in the US has to pay a lot of shipping costs, and people, in the other part of the world, less. It is what it is.
Yeah, we know that, but within the indie comics community, this is a problem. Many people, well, you can't really control that. But
no.
What is there a level of shipping costs at which you say no? I'm not going to do this. It's too much.
For me, when it comes to one comic, I paid once $30.
30? 30?
30, yes. That was for me max, and that was from Billy Tucci's. I believe Chi or
Omnibus.
Yeah, also, but also, one of his projects. I can remember one. I believe it was She. But the quality and the book is so incredibly good, and Billy Tucci is a legend. So but that is one of those rare instances. I prefer 25 max, which I think is also too expensive. Everything.
It's pushing it.
Yeah.
Right. So 25 is pushing it, and 30 only for special stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's only a comic, come on, they fit through the mailbox. They shouldn't have that big shipping costs.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And if the shipping costs are too big, go for the digital version if they have it, of course.
Yes.
Prefer digital. Yes. Yeah.
So some campaigns...
definitely when some projects are just too expensive to back, and you're on the fence if you want to, if you like the art or the story, just go for the cheaper digital one. And maybe if you like it and you still want to have the physical version, it's you can try to contact the creator. A lot of creators have, I think, they have overproduction. They have somewhere else more comics, and then you can.
So what do you mean? You go around the campaign?
Well, if you're backing the campaign and you got the digital comic, if the campaign is still running, you can still go for the physical comic. But if the campaign is ended, then you are not going around the campaign.
All right. Yeah.
Usually they ship out the comics when the campaign is ended. I don't know if you ship out your digital ones, before the campaign is ended.
I don't know. No. So Ian says in Europe, you can also expect to pay customs. Yeah. So in, for taxes. Example, the US becomes more of a do I really need that situation. And to be fair, there aren't many comics where you can honestly say that you need that. It's still entertainment, it's something you want, not something you need. So you have to make the barrier for people to back as low as possible. Yep. So if you can reduce the shipping costs, do it as low as possible. But yeah, I personally would not back a book with $30 shipping.
No.
No, that's true.
There's
Yeah.
Although I think-
even
Well,
even if you cannot help it as creator, that's I know the problem. I totally get it. But then if you can't get around the shipping cost as a creator, offer people a digital option. So they can still back you, because sometimes people just want to back you. They want to see you succeed. They want to help you. And if you don't give them the digital option and they have to pay 30 for shipping costs, that might set you back.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, you pay at least 50-ish or more dollars for one book.
Yes.
One book,
Yes.
$50. That's a lot of money. That's a
Yeah.
lot of
And
money.
if
It is.
it's one book every few months, maybe, but with so many campaigns, there's so much competition. People move over to the next campaign. What does this campaign give me? And if the shipping costs are lower, they go there.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
It's weird. Well, weird. It's not
It's a
the
thing.
creator's
It's a
fault.
problem. This
Yeah.
shipping cost will always be a problem. Plus, getting books into stores, that's always a problem.
Yeah. Still, yeah. Go for the digital version then. I really hope a lot of creators put on digital versions. I backed a number of people that just did it or only backed the digital versions because of the shipping costs. And some I would have liked to have physical, but I read the story, I liked the art, but not that special.
Right. Mike Rogoods, thank you very much for the compliment, man. Perfect 10 looks good and main character is fine as fuck. Thank you very much. Sporhacker says, I used to do it a few times, but my budget is limited. You mean pay $30 for shipping?
Maybe he, speaking of backing crowdfunding books in general.
Oh, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah, probably. But you have also the digital option, right?
Yeah, always. I always put the digital option in there. There are some creators who don't do it because they really want people to buy physical books, so they don't give people the option. And I think that's a mistake. Just
agree.
do it, man. Just it doesn't cost you anything as a creator. Not really.
People can get it, and it gives you money, right? It adds up.
Right.
Yeah.
People want to support you. They want to read your story, and that's basically what you want as a creator. That people read your story.
Yeah.
So if they want to do it digitally, give them the option.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't get it. Why? I mean, there are a lot of people just pirating series and movies, watching them on their iPhone with very crappy compression, and they're okay with that, and then won't buy a digital version of a comic book. It is a crazy world.
Yeah.
Speaking about options, right? Sporhacker said, give people options. Can there be too many options?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Too many options is not a bad one. For instance, let's say, I don't know which comic it was, but the most, the known one is that from Coffin Comics. I forgot his name, the creator. He's been around for
Brian Pulido.
Brian Pulido, with Lady Death and all of the other projects. I backed a couple of him, but his stretch goals are endless.
Yeah, it's like a gazillion things.
On and on and on. And it's so confusing. But, people just buy his stuff and he's making bank. He's doing really, really good.
Yeah, he's doing
his
really
quality
good.
is top notch. I have only good things to say about it. Yeah.
To be honest, this morning I was in the chat during your launch live feed, and I wanted to back immediately. I was on my phone. I didn't have my login on my phone, so I couldn't back immediately. But I was also take my time to look at all the stretch goals, and it was for me borderline too much. There are so many options, and they are logical and they are needed there. And I was happy that you also said, you can choose either one of these stretch goals, but when you are going to the register, you can also choose a separate book there.
Yeah, some add-on.
As an add-on, and I think that is perfect because I want to have a comic that I don't have yet, or I want an alternative cover of that comic, and I can add it as an add-on. And I think that is for me the way to go. But again, the stretch goals you have here, they are fine, but I think you should not put more of them.
No,
this is the
this is what I tried. So you have we have so many options. So I tried to give people the basics, so the basic perks, and then you can add things. But every combination gives me like 60 perks. You can't do that. You can't do that, man. It's much too confusing.
Yeah, and also for you as a creator, you need to separate all the different collections of people, choosing different things. So you have a lot of time on your hand on that.
Hey, Chris Fisk is here, man. Welcome.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris, man. Speaking of Chris, I just promoted a little bit of your work. So Chris is the one of the makers of the standee that I'm talking about from Infinite Tales.
Oh, that's from Chris.
Right. Nice work, Chris.
Yeah,
I love your standees. Yeah.
We're talking
about it.
Sorry, I didn't have the book here to show it right now, but if you are interested in one of these lovelies, back the book. Got a very nice, cool-looking box. You know what?
They are thicker than you showed before. They are pretty thick.
Pretty
but I mean the character as well.
Chris, man, those seem expensive. So
those seem very expensive. Yeah.
Let me know how you did it, because maybe and you said digital editions made up 5% of my sales. Most want physical books, but the economic terrorism imposed by these absurdly rising shipping costs have made it prohibitive for small businesses to sell abroad.
Yeah,
that's what we were saying. Yeah, the shipping costs give people the option,
Yeah, and also you sometimes you sell on a platform like Etsy or something else, and they also ask fees for your products every time you sell.
Right.
The cost just rising, and it is not fun being an independent creator in that sense.
Right. Yeah.
Because the consumers, they know worth, and if they think, but why is this so expensive? Well, you have a lot of costs, and you are just a lone creator. You don't have a company which you can have tax reductions on it. Things are more expensive, and it's difficult to explain to customers in that sense.
Can I interrupt a little bit? Dave, you talked about if you are buying a comic, to help people, right? Or that you think, hey, maybe you are interested in. For instance, I wasn't interested in Chris's comic at the first place because, he had a book about elves and that was not really a thing for me. And then he showed me this.
Movies? Oh.
This is the box that it came in.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is the box. So this is not a Gemini mailer.
It's a beautiful box. Nicely designed.
Box. So Chris went all out, and there was a lot of goodies in there as well. And there's a lot of perks that you can get. And I thought to myself, man, this dude tries to sell me his book. And he's doing it really hard. Although his book at that point was, I had elves and the Tolkien-esque stuff. I love Tolkien, but, for us, a comic, not so much. And then I bought this one, and the quality is over the top, so good. And that's a good way, I mean. And I immediately want to have issue 2. It was that good. So first I was on the fence, but he made such an effort to sell me as a person who was in the first place not interested. So I took a gamble because of the effort that he showed me and everybody else. And it was one of the best purchases of recent, of late. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Excellent.
Yeah, I love boxes. I love box art. I'm still one of the few guys that loves to buy physical copies of a game or a movie. Just I used to have all these thick boxes of my PC games. It's the same as buying a vinyl. You only not get the music, but also the piece of art around it. And I have to say, the design of Chris's project here. I'm a designer myself, been years, and I love a good design on a comic book or on a box, and this was a good design.
Yeah.
My compliments, Chris. Really nice.
Yeah, it looked amazing.
I thought at the first place, this was some kind of a trading card, and look how big this is.
Oh, and is it also foil? There's a holographic foil on it?
Yes, it's something.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Plastic. It's covered in plastic, but it's indeed with the whole. So I thought this was just lots of small, little cards, but then it's actually this big.
Wow, nice.
That's what I mean. If people are going all out and really make an effort, I'm willing to put my money down to, help those people, because that's a show of love of the project that you actually gonna make.
So we're going back in the beginning of the chat or of the stream, but you are right. You're right. I would have to say that card doesn't really wouldn't do anything for me. I prefer not the box, but I think in the package, if you have a series of campaigns, you start with maybe the box or somewhere in your campaign, like you said before, Marinus, present collectible things during your campaign series.
Yeah. And
then if you have 2 or 3 books and they can fit perfectly in the box, then you also have a reason to go for the box, and you can play with those things in your campaign as well.
Right.
Yeah, and of course you don't have to do what everybody does, but if you putting in effort and you want to sell the audience your book, if you're going all out, it can pay off eventually. And there's nothing wrong with a Gemini mailer. I mean, I'm happy to get it, but this one is, that one put me over. All these little bits of pieces of extra things, with the standee, with the gorgeous art box, with the holofoil card, and all the other stuff that I got, and then the book itself. It's just it's a nice surprise, actually.
I think that Chris Fisk somehow has a very good connection with his printer, with this printer guy.
Yeah, he knows his stuff.
I don't know if he's just kissing his ass or whatever, or but the quality is amazing.
Yeah, I'm doing a little bit shilling for him right now, but that's how I truly feel.
How did you even make money, Chris, on this? So many cool stuff, man. Barrett, hey, welcome, Barrett.
Hey, Barrett.
I ordered issue 1 of Perfect 10 on the store a few days ago. Yeah, I know. That was you. Okay, I know. It's sent off
the one guy.
last Wednesday, I sold it.
Doesn't matter. He did it.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. He's going to be so happy with his purchase. I know for sure.
Yeah.
Come back into the chat and tell what you think of it.
Yeah,
we love to hear.
Chris says crowdfunding deserves the white glove treatment. The Baroness stuff is for the trades shop.
Yeah, the Baroness stuff indeed.
Well, to be honest, we were talking about it before. I think too much stuff, trying to sell your comic isn't also the correct way. I think it depends on the genre. Chris really, with his elf storylines and art, connect to a certain people that love collecting those things from those worlds, because usually fantasy worlds are like a world you want to escape in. So if you have like a box that looks like a real treasure or whatever, then you are really connecting with your audience. But sometimes, a lot of things are in those stretch goals I'm not interested in. I'm not interested in posters usually or stickers that much, or those things. So
basically the book.
Yeah, basically, I'm there for the book. Also, with all respect to Poe's amazing art, I wouldn't buy original art in that sense. Or would buy a comic with the autograph of the artist on it or the creator. I'm not really into those things.
But if you can add it, do add it, people, because as you see,
there is
people buy
definitely
them.
market. Yeah, there's definitely market. I saw that the two original art from Poe were sold out almost immediately.
Yeah,
this morning.
within 30 minutes. It was crazy.
And I understand because it is beautiful. I see his art and my fingers are itching to color it in. So I completely understand. But it's not for me.
Yeah, Barrett, he found it on his CG pull list, and the art looks great. Probably back to get issue 2 and 3 next month. Barrett, we are currently running a campaign for issue 3, and you can also get issue 2 through the same campaign. So you can just go to the campaign. Shipping costs are even cheaper than when you go through the store, because I have a special arrangement for my crowdfunding campaign. So if you want the next issues, you go there. That's my advice. And issue 3 is not even printed yet. So we will print that after the campaign is finished.
Yeah, but don't you mean that if he, get issue 3 and then when he checks out, just of what Roland says, the add-on is in?
Yes,
exactly.
Yes. You can add on issue 2. Yeah,
check out. You're right.
Will Barrett get the issue 1 with the original cover or the second printing cover?
If you just buy issue by any perk where issue 1 is included, like this one or this one, then you will always get the second printing.
And the one he bought at the store this Wednesday?
That was the first printing still, but that was just before this campaign started, and now it's second printing time. So yeah.
So Barrett, you have a rare issue in your hands. You just purchased. So I would go and buy issue number 1 again with the alternative cover.
Let's chill it.
Okay, guys. Are there any things left we need to discuss about crowdfunding? Things that will make you buy something, or that make you not buy something, or is this something the people in the chat wanted to know about crowdfunders?
Well, it's difficult because everybody handles his or her campaign differently. I mean, I saw people just do 1 or 2 art pieces, and then I saw alternative covers, and talking with the creators who has an extensive bio about their past stuff, which I don't interest me at all.
Yes, I have the same thing.
Yeah,
it's like who made the book? Well, this name, done.
Yeah,
done. We have it also here.
I don't care where the person is working or went to school or whatever. No. The art speaks for itself. Here,
this little blurb, this is our creative team section. That's it.
Yeah.
Names plus their credentials, and we move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am most interested by like the artist. I don't know who this Dave Brink guy is, but probably a producer. I don't know. But Poe is very good. Daniel Rodriguez, and Joe. They're the people who are making the books. I don't know who's Dave Brink. I don't care as well.
Good night, Sport Hacker. Thanks for coming.
Hey, thanks for dropping by, man. See you later, man.
See you later.
Hey, Parodix says we're 91% funded. What?
Yay! Okay.
Let us refresh. We're now at 89 with 63 backers. Refresh. And
pow! Wow! So
64, 91. Wow!
Is this the perfect time I should back as well?
Yeah.
So you say you didn't back it before?
You're going to do this live?
I'm doing. Can I do it live?
No, you can't. You can't multitask, man.
That is true. Maybe you see all my fundings on my goal.
Okay, we have this question, Marinus. How important is it to you guys to have books delivered on time?
For me personally, very important. But I know also from experience that life gets in the way. and would mean, I did I was the creator and co-writer of Blackheart Manor that is now getting in people's hands, fortunately, and luckily, but we had a lot of problems because the artist got COVID. The writer, my co-writer, had some other things going on, and that holds up and holds up and holds up, and then it's got delayed after delay after delay, and I couldn't do anything about it, and it really sucks. For me, it's important that I learn from this and to know what not to do, and it's important that if you launch a campaign, at least have your book finished for maybe 25 or 50%, something like that.
Oh, that's even low.
Yeah. Well, even better if it's getting more like 50 or 75%. So let's say the minimum is 50%, right? And
what do you mean, Pau?
Yeah.
P10 staff has a question for you on Facebook. I don't.
Okay. P10?
Let me check.
Who's P10?
It sounds urgent, but I don't know what it is.
Okay. So yeah, but to elaborate, well, I already did. If you're going to launch a campaign, make sure you have everything in order, that the writing is done 100%, that has been edited, for as much as you can, and then when the artist comes in, at least have 50% or more done, so that when the campaign is closing, you can finish up the book and then concentrate on the next one, instead of oh wait a minute, we have only 10% of the book finished, and now it's gonna take a year or so to finish it. That's
right.
That's bad.
So Ian says, on time is not a big deal for me personally, as I can be patient when waiting for something good. But of course, I don't want to wait too long. Somewhat regular updates from the creator. Yeah.
Yeah, that's also true.
Keep your backers updated. That's very important.
I think if you wait 2 years for a book, that's too long.
Yes, definitely. It's definitely too long. That means you didn't take care of things beforehand. You need to have this plan B for if things do not work, or if things go completely screwed, then refund everyone. Just say, look, guys, something happened. We couldn't make it work. Here's your money back. We're going to try again some other time.
Exactly.
Always be transparent, always communicating, even the small things. It's also about awareness and about your presence. You have to remember the people who backed you did you a service.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you have to give them back. In
terms of
backers are your wallets, basically.
Yeah.
Without backers, you are nowhere. You're nothing.
You need to be respectful and be grateful that they backed you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, and if someone comes in between, there are creators that can do nothing about a certain dispute what they have with the writers or with the artist, and things are going haywire. But at least do something, and keep everybody in the loop about what's going on.
I think people can be very understanding and forgiving. As long as you communicate.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you're open and transparent on the things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
People are not stupid. They know immediately when you are untruthful on some things or withholding back information. Don't bullshit. No, don't bullshit the backers.
Right. Chris Fisk said something. Tank Ferret had suggested that I think all creators can benefit from is surveys to their backers. It documents in text what works for the backers and what doesn't. That's a good suggestion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually a very good one. Ask people what they want and what they are satisfied with and what they are tolerating, and if they have the patience, ask them directly. Instead of telling them, ask them. That's actually a good one. Good tip, Chris.
Yes. I think that's a good tip to close things off, right?
Oh, wait a minute. Roland has back your project, right? So maybe you should refresh
Oh,
it.
let me refresh. Refresh. Roland, did you do it? Did you do it, Roland? No, he didn't do it. Oh man.
Wow. That's not good, Roland. He's talking, but there's no sound.
There's no sound.
I had to fetch my wallet because there's my credit card in there.
Oh, okay.
What, you don't
So
have to
I'm going to back.
credit card to your Indiegogo page? What's happening?
I'm going to back now. Right
Okay.
now.
We're gonna do it live when we close the stream.
Live event.
Yeah,
Woo!
well, not with my credit card. No, no, you don't. Let me.
Solus, what?
Sorry.
I want you to buy a proper knife to open your packages with. Should I crowdfund that? You know, I'm gonna buy a knife and you can donate it so that I can buy it. This does not work that way. Yeah. Okay. I try my best to get a proper knife, a sharp knife, a big knife to open these packages. I cannot guarantee if it's going well then, because opening packages that's really tight with one hand while filming with the other one, that's really hard, man. That's really hard.
Yeah.
But I try. I promise.
Yeah, you're doing great, by the way, with your channel. You have a lot of content, and sometimes content gets a lot of traction. Most time it doesn't, but sometimes it does, and I wonder why is that.
On my channel, why I'm not getting enough traction? You mean? I don't know. I really don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe you should ask the chat or the people. I don't know. I really don't. I wish.
But some videos you do.
Yeah,
specific videos, and then suddenly that blows up. It's
mostly ranting about stuff that helps,
right.
and some newer comics that I really don't want to buy. But if I'm, let's say the new Spawn, there's a King Spawn or a maybe the Image Comics Gunslinger, also from Todd McFarlane. And if I'm doing newer stuff, I'm getting more traction because I don't know, maybe there's more audience for that. I'm not sure. But my back catalog is older, mostly DC Comics and indie comics. Right. Yeah, because I have a lot to show and to review. But I know when I talk about some 90s comics or even older, or maybe some niche comics from certain independent I'm forgetting publisher, maybe there's not really interested. I'm not sure. I mean, I try to be so diverse as possible, and I hope that helps. What does Soul say? Did it help when you in the chat when you played Deep Rock Galactic? I'm not sure. Yelling at me would get me better traction. That's all. I mean, what helps is liking my video, share my video, subscribe to my channel.
Exactly.
Help.
You just admitted you like diversity, right? Now.
Yeah, well, that goes only so far.
Yeah.
Don't push it.
Okay, guys. I think we discussed the topic.
Yes.
Anything to add? Anyone?
I backed your campaign, man, my friend.
You did. Let me refresh.
Yeah. And Chris says the Marinus knife perk. Yeah, let's do it.
Woo!
Yes, man. Oh man.
Thank you, Roland.
So close.
It's number ID 75.
Wow. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. Okay, Roland, Marinus, thank you guys for another cool chat, for another cool talk about.
This was a really nice one.
Thank you.
Yeah, I also enjoyed the chat.
Fun.
We didn't burn your campaign too much, Dave.
No, not at all. Not at all, man.
No,
I think fine. I'm doing great. So
it can stand some burning. So.
And special thanks to the chat, to everyone
amazing guys
watching and commenting and the interaction. Thank you very much, guys. We could not do this without you.
So
if you
like this, on whatever social platform, this channel, this campaign, maybe our Twitter handles or maybe our YouTube channels, that would be really appreciated. That would help a lot, all of us.
Exactly. And
thanks Ryan for referring to our links and our social stuff.
Yeah,
everything is in the description of this video. So the link to this campaign, to Marinus' channel, to Roland, to everything. So check it out, guys. Share it. And I hope to see you, I think, Sunday with a guest on A Drink with Brink. Hope to see you then on this channel.
Wait, just one moment. Barrett X is asking a question before you go.
That has to be a good question, then.
I'm following the campaign. Back in March. Did you ship my issue? Yes, sir. I shipped it on Wednesday. So
you get it in your post thingy? How do you say it?
Sometimes in the following weeks, it can take a little bit to the United States.
I don't know where Barrett is living.
The United States, yeah.
Yes.
It can take a while.
Okay. That was it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.
Bye. Till next time.